Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're going to be looking at a fascinating, kind of a crossroads, I guess you could say, where data as a service, so that's DaaS, and medical technology, MedTech, are being brought together
Yeah.
by what's called end-to-end integration, or E2E. We've got some really fantastic source material here
That's
that's,
the rich stuff.
yeah, that really gets into the details of these concepts and how they're changing, I guess, industries, different businesses, and I think even our personal lives.
Absolutely.
So our goal is to kind of take all this and distill it down to what we think are the most important insights and,
What takeaways?
yeah, the takeaways exactly, so you can walk away and really have a good handle on what matters.
Exactly. Think of this as your crash course on how DaaS and MedTech are merging and how they're changing industries.
Okay, so let's start with a quick definition for our listeners, just a level set. First, data as a service, or DaaS. Basically, it's a way for businesses and even individuals, I guess, to access and use data over the internet. Think about accessing, storing, and working with information from all sorts of places
Right.
through these things called APIs. And you can think of an API as kind of like a universal connector or translator that lets different computer
That
systems
speaks to each other.
yeah, talk to each other. Exactly. The great thing here is that you don't have to own and manage a bunch of expensive hardware yourself.
Right.
It's all part of that as a service model, software as a service, platform as a service. This is data as a service.
Right.
Now let's switch gears and talk about medical technology, or MedTech. This is a massive field that covers, well, all the devices and technologies that are used in healthcare. Everything from figuring out what's wrong with you to monitoring your health, treating illnesses.
Preventing illness.
Yeah, preventing illnesses and basically just helping us live healthier lives.
Improving outcomes.
Exactly. I mean, we're talking about a huge range here, a simple thermometer that you might have at home, to these very sophisticated machines like MRI scanners.
Yeah. Robotic surgery.
Oh, yeah, robotic surgery, which allows surgeons to be so precise and so much less invasive than, traditional surgery.
Absolutely. Minimally invasive procedures are huge in MedTech right now.
Okay, so we've got DaaS and we've got MedTech. Now, what connects these two?
That's where end-to-end integration comes in.
Or E2E.
E2E, you can think of it as a system or process that handles a task from start to finish.
Completely.
Complete, yeah, without any outside help or interventions. When we talk about E2E and DaaS and MedTech, it means smoother operations, better security, and really just an overall improvement in functionality.
So it's about creating a seamless and secure path for data and processes.
Exactly.
All right, so we've got our foundation. Let's dive into DaaS a little deeper. So at the core of DaaS, what's the main principle, the driving force, I guess you could say?
Well, the real game changer with DaaS is the idea of centralizing data access. I mean, think about all the different places data lives in a typical organization.
Oh, I know.
Right. Databases, data lakes, even in individual spreadsheets. DaaS brings all this information together, pulls it out of those silos.
So no more data silos.
Exactly. It's about creating a single, unified view of the data.
Single source of truth.
Exactly, a single source of truth. And this is huge because it eliminates inconsistencies and makes analysis so much more reliable.
So it's not just about having the data, it's about having confidence in the data.
Absolutely. You need to know that you're working with accurate and consistent information.
So how does that actually work? I mean, how do you pull data from all these different places and make it, usable?
So usually the process starts with extracting the data from those various source systems. Then it goes through a process called data cleansing and transformation.
Okay, so kind of cleaning it up and getting it into a standard format.
Exactly. Think of it as getting all the ingredients ready before you start cooking.
I like that analogy.
And then finally, this prepared data is delivered through APIs to the applications that need it, whether that's a business intelligence dashboard or a machine learning algorithm.
So APIs are like the delivery service bringing the data to where it needs to go.
Perfect analogy. And increasingly, we're seeing AI and machine learning used to automate these steps.
Right, so less manual work, more efficiency.
Precisely.
Okay, so what are some of the real benefits that businesses are seeing from DaaS? What are the big wins?
Well, there are a number. One is scalability. Businesses can easily adjust their data capacity up or down as needed.
So if your business grows, you don't have to scramble to buy new servers and hire more IT staff.
Exactly. DaaS gives you that flexibility. And on the flip side, if your needs decrease, you're not stuck paying for resources you don't need.
So it's a lot more cost effective.
Absolutely. And then there's the benefit of improved decision-making. With all your data in one place, you can use powerful analytics tools to uncover insights you might have missed otherwise.
So it's not just about having more data, it's about making better use of the data you have.
Exactly. And this can lead to better strategic planning, more effective marketing campaigns, even new product development.
So it's really about using data to drive business outcomes.
That's the key.
And of course, we can't forget about cost savings. I mean, managing your own data infrastructure is expensive.
Oh, absolutely.
You've got hardware costs, software licenses, the need for specialized IT personnel.
Right, ongoing maintenance.
Yeah, ongoing maintenance. With DaaS, you're basically outsourcing all of that.
You're paying for a service, not a whole infrastructure.
So you can potentially reduce those costs significantly.
And focus on your core business, not managing data centers.
Right. Makes sense. Okay, to make this even more concrete, can you give us some real-world examples of DaaS in action?
Sure. Imagine a retail company that uses DaaS to track customer purchases, website browsing behavior, and social media activity, all in one place.
So they're getting a complete view of the customer.
Exactly. And this allows them to personalize marketing offers, predict future buying trends, and optimize their inventory.
So DaaS is helping them make better business decisions.
Exactly. Or think about a manufacturing company that uses DaaS to monitor production data from all its factories in real time.
Wow. So they can identify bottlenecks, improve efficiency.
Absolutely. They can even predict equipment failures before they happen, preventing costly downtime.
So DaaS is really transforming how businesses operate.
It's a game changer.
Okay, so that's DaaS. Now let's dive into MedTech. We gave a quick overview earlier, but let's go deeper. Can you give us a more detailed definition?
Sure. So medical technology, or MedTech, encompasses a wide range of medical devices and technologies used across the healthcare spectrum. Think about it this way. Anything that helps healthcare professionals diagnose, treat, monitor, or prevent health conditions falls under the MedTech umbrella.
So it's not just the high-tech stuff like MRI machines and surgical robots.
Right. It also includes things like bandages, thermometers, even those pill organizers you get from the pharmacy.
So it's really everything that supports patient care.
Exactly.
And what are some of the key ways MedTech is improving patient care?
Well, one major area is in diagnostics. Advancements in imaging technologies like CT scans and MRIs allow doctors to see inside the body with incredible detail, leading to earlier and more accurate diagnoses.
An earlier diagnosis usually means better treatment outcomes, right?
Absolutely. And then there's the development of less invasive treatment options.
Right, like laparoscopic surgery instead of open surgery.
Exactly. This translates to smaller incisions, less pain, faster recovery times.
And happier patients, I would imagine.
Definitely. And then there are things like wearable health trackers that allow patients to monitor their own health metrics.
So they can take a more proactive role in managing their health.
Exactly. And all of this is ultimately aimed at improving patient outcomes and overall well-being.
And it's not just about the patients, right? MedTech is also transforming the way healthcare providers work.
Absolutely. One area where we're seeing a big impact is in telemedicine.
Oh, right, virtual doctor visits.
Exactly. Telemedicine platforms allow patients to consult with doctors remotely, reducing the need for in-person visits.
This is especially beneficial for people in rural areas or those with mobility issues.
Absolutely. And it also frees up healthcare providers to focus on more critical cases.
So it's a win-win for both patients and providers.
Exactly. And then there are technologies like electronic health records, or EHRs, which allow for seamless sharing of patient information between different healthcare providers.
So no more faxing medical records back and forth?
Right. EHRs help to streamline workflows, reduce errors, and improve the overall coordination of care.
So MedTech is really having a profound impact on the entire healthcare system.
It's revolutionizing how we deliver and receive healthcare.
And the innovations keep coming. What are some of the exciting areas you're seeing on the horizon?
Well, artificial intelligence is playing an increasingly important role in MedTech. We're seeing AI being used to analyze medical images, predict patient outcomes, and even personalize treatment plans.
So AI is helping doctors make more informed decisions.
Exactly. And there are incredible advancements in areas like 3D printing, which is being used to create custom-made prosthetics, implants, even surgical models.
Wow, that's amazing.
And then there's the field of regenerative medicine, which is focused on developing therapies to repair or replace damaged tissues and organs.
So things like artificial organs.
Exactly. The possibilities are truly remarkable.
It sounds like the future of MedTech is very bright.
It certainly is.
Okay, so we've talked about DaaS and MedTech separately. Now let's connect them and discuss end-to-end or E2E integration. Can you remind us why this concept is so crucial in bringing these two worlds together?
Absolutely. So E2E integration, as we've mentioned, is about creating a smooth and secure flow of data and processes from beginning to end. In the context of DaaS and MedTech, this means ensuring that data is collected, processed, analyzed, and shared securely and efficiently across both domains.
So it's about breaking down the barriers between data management and medical technology.
Exactly. And this is essential for realizing the full potential of both.
Let's start with DaaS. How does E2E integration impact data management specifically?
Well, one of the key benefits of E2E in days is the creation of a unified data management approach. This means that all aspects of data management, from data acquisition to data delivery, are handled within a single integrated system.
So it's a more holistic way of managing data.
Precisely. This eliminates data silos, improves data quality, and streamlines data workflows.
What are some of the key features of E2E in a DaaS environment?
Well, one is a unified data platform. This brings together data from various sources into a single repository, eliminating the need to access data from multiple systems.
So it's like having one central hub for all your data.
Exactly. Another key feature is an operational data layer, or ODL. This acts as a virtual layer that sits on top of existing systems, providing a standardized way to access and integrate data from those systems.
So you don't have to rip and replace your existing systems.
Exactly. You can leverage your existing investments while still benefiting from a modern data management approach.
That's a big advantage.
And of course, automation and scalability are essential features. E2E solutions often use AI and machine learning to automate data tasks and ensure that the system can handle increasing volumes of data.
So it's a lot more efficient and flexible.
Absolutely. And then there's security and compliance, which are paramount in any data management system.
Especially when dealing with sensitive data.
Exactly. E2E solutions typically include features like data encryption, access controls, and auditing capabilities to ensure data security and compliance with relevant regulations.
So it's a comprehensive approach that addresses both the technical and security aspects of data management.
That's the goal.
Okay, so what are the real-world benefits of implementing E2E in DaaS? What are the outcomes businesses are seeing?
Well, one major benefit is faster application development. Because developers have access to clean, integrated data through APIs, they can build and deploy applications much faster.
So it speeds up the time to market.
Exactly. And then there's improved decision-making. With a unified view of data, businesses can gain deeper insights, identify trends, and make more informed decisions.
So it's not just about having the data, it's about extracting value from the data.
Right. And this can lead to better business outcomes, whether it's increased revenue, improved customer satisfaction, or reduced costs.
Can you give us some concrete examples of how E2E is being used in iOS?
Sure. Think about those real-time business intelligence dashboards that many companies use to track key performance indicators. These dashboards rely on E2E integration to pull data from various sources, process it, and present it in a visually appealing and easy-to-understand format.
So it's giving decision makers a clear and up-to-date view of the business.
Exactly. Or think about e-commerce companies that use E2E to personalize customer experiences.
Like recommending products based on past purchases?
Exactly. They can track customer browsing history, purchase behavior, and even social media activity to create highly personalized recommendations.
So E2E is helping to create those tailored experiences that customers expect.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we've seen how E2E is transforming DaaS. Now let's shift our focus to MedTech. How is E2E integration impacting the delivery of healthcare?
Well, in MedTech, E2E integration is all about ensuring seamless and secure healthcare delivery. This means ensuring that medical devices, software systems, and healthcare providers can communicate and share information effectively and securely.
So it's about creating a connected healthcare ecosystem.
Exactly. And this has profound implications for patient care.
What are some of the key features of E2E in MedTech?
One of the most important is data security. E2E solutions in MedTech often use end-to-end encryption to protect sensitive patient data.
So the data is encrypted at every stage of its journey.
Exactly. This helps to ensure patient privacy and compliance with regulations like iPay.
Which is absolutely critical in healthcare.
Absolutely. Another key feature is interoperability. This is the ability of different systems and devices to exchange data and work together seamlessly.
So like a heart rate monitor being able to send data to a doctor's electronic health record?
Exactly. Interoperability is essential for coordinated care and informed decision-making.
What other features are important in E2E for MedTech?
Device-to-cloud integration is becoming increasingly important. This allows medical devices, like wearables and implantables, to send data directly to cloud-based platforms for analysis and monitoring.
So doctors can track patients' health remotely.
Exactly. And then there's automation in testing, which is crucial for ensuring the safety and reliability of medical software and devices.
So catching errors before they can impact patients.
Precisely.
Okay, so what are the main benefits that E2E brings to the medtech world? What are the outcomes we're seeing?
Well, one major benefit is improved patient care. E2E integration enables telemedicine, remote patient monitoring, and other innovations that make healthcare more accessible and convenient.
And this can lead to better health outcomes.
Absolutely. And it can also help to reduce healthcare costs.
By preventing unnecessary hospitalizations and readmissions.
Exactly. Another benefit is increased efficiency for healthcare providers. E2E integration helps to streamline workflows, reduce administrative burdens, and improve communication between care teams.
So doctors and nurses can spend more time focusing on patients.
Exactly. And of course, E2E solutions contribute to a more secure healthcare environment.
By protecting patient data from unauthorized access and cyber threats.
Precisely. And that's essential for maintaining patient trust and ensuring the integrity of the healthcare system.
Can you give us some real-world examples of E2E in medtech?
Sure. Think about a patient with a chronic condition like diabetes who uses a wearable glucose monitor that automatically sends data to their doctor's office.
So the doctor can adjust their treatment plan in real time.
Exactly. Or consider a hospital that uses an E2E system to track patients' vital signs, medications, and lab results throughout their stay.
So they can get a complete and up-to-date picture of the patient's condition.
Exactly. And this can help to prevent errors, improve the coordination of care, and ultimately lead to better outcomes.
Those are great examples. Now, let's take a step back and compare E2E integration in DaaS versus MedTech. What are the key differences?
So while E2E is a powerful concept in both domains, the specific challenges and priorities differ. In DaaS, the focus is often on unifying data from disparate sources to improve business intelligence. In MedTech, the emphasis is on ensuring seamless and secure healthcare delivery.
So different goals, different priorities.
Exactly. This translates to different approaches to E2E integration. For example, security measures in DaaS are primarily focused on protecting business data, while in MedTech, the focus is on patient privacy and compliance with strict regulations.
So the level of security required is much higher in MedTech.
Absolutely. And interoperability in DaaS is primarily about connecting different business systems, while in MedTech, it's about ensuring that medical devices, software, and healthcare providers can seamlessly share information.
So the stakes are much higher in MedTech, where errors or delays in data exchange can have serious consequences.
Exactly. And this also means that the testing and validation processes for E2E solutions in MedTech are much more rigorous than in DaaS.
So it's a more demanding environment.
Absolutely.
This has been a really fascinating deep dive into DaaS, MedTech, and the role of end-to-end integration. I think the key takeaway is that while the basic principles of E2E are the same, the specific applications and challenges differ depending on the industry.
Right. It's about tailoring the approach to the unique needs of each domain.
Exactly. Now, considering how E2E integration helps both DaaS, with its need for unified data, and MedTech, with its demands for secure and interoperable systems, here's a question for our listeners to ponder. What specific hurdles do you think a hospital might face when trying to implement a fully integrated system that uses both advanced medical devices and cloud-based data analytics? What potential obstacles might they encounter in making such systems work together seamlessly, not just from a technical standpoint, but also in terms of workflows, regulations, and even organizational culture? This is something to think about as we continue to explore the intersection of data and technology in healthcare. Thanks for joining us.